Welcome to my channel where we cover the lore of video games. We cover all kinds from the mainstream to the indie, so I hope you enjoy your stay, and welcome to the Chronicler of Lore. When Dart and his crew head into the forest that serves as the dragon's nest, they immediately realize that something's wrong. There are no soldiers around guarding the area, and that's because the entire place is so full of poison from the dragon that everything is either being mutated by it or just dying. Shauna starts to feel the effects pretty fast, but after resting for a minute she starts to feel fine. The smart thing to do is get out of the forest before she gets sick again, and that means they need to hunt down the dragon, which shouldn't be too hard to find since it's about 30 feet tall. It doesn't take much for the group to stumble into the heart of the dragon's nest, but what they find there isn't the dragon but a man named Graham. Levitz knows him very well, and to put it simply, he hates the man, and for good reason. He had served under Levitz's father until he had betrayed him and got him killed along with a lot of other knights. Levitz plans on killing the man for it, but that might be harder than he expects it to be, since Graham is apparently a dragoon. Rose isn't exactly shocked by that, since only a dragoon can order dragons around, so there had to be one there giving Fabran orders. The green dragon shows up, proving that the man can control it, which is an impressive feat, but Rose is more interested in finding out where and how the man got his dragoon spirit. Like most villains, he's all too happy to talk too much, and he tells her that he got his powers from Dole, who got it from Emperor Diaz. That's kind of impossible since Diaz died 11,000 years ago, but Graham doesn't have a reason to lie, nor does he care if she believes him or not since he's about to kill them anyway. He tries and fails, which leads to Graham being fatally injured. Even dying, the man still manages to talk a lot, and he tells Levitz that he turned on his dad because he was jealous of how strong he was. His jealousy made him look for power elsewhere, which led him to working for Emperor Dole and turning on his country. That's a pretty flimsy reason to betray your friends and family, but it doesn't take that much for some people. Regardless of the reason, he got what he deserved, and he dies, which causes the dragoon spirit that he had used to choose Levitz as his new master. Rose thinks it's strange that their little group just so happens to have yet another person who can use a dragoon spirit, but she doesn't get to dwell on the fact because the poison finally starts to get to Shauna. Unlike Dart, Rose, and now Levitz, she's not immune to it. She's in pretty bad shape, which means they won't be able to cross the volcano again, so instead they head to the trade town of Lohan that's supposed to have a fantastic doctor there. With it being such a large city, it makes sense that they'd attract some of the top people of different professions. But even the doctor, a man named Sanator, has never seen dragon poison anywhere other than in books. The poison attacks the mind more than the body, eventually causing the brain to shut down. Unfortunately, there's nothing he can do to treat it, and if she's not treated soon, Shauna won't last a week. There is a plant called the Dragoni plant that's said to help with dragon poison, but the plants are as rare as dragons, so Sanator has no idea where it is. With Lohan having so many people coming in and out of it, Dart figures that someone should have heard about the thing, and it turns out that someone has. That someone is the treasure hunting merchant Davos, who Dart just so happened to have saved recently from falling into the volcano. He doesn't have the plant, but he says that it should be found to the shrine in the north of the poison-filled forest. When Dart, Rose, and Levitz make it to the shrine, the first thing they notice is a sculpture of a dragon that glows along with their dragoon spirits, which means that there's a dragoon, or at least another one of the stones holding the power of a dragoon somewhere in the ruins. That means that even if the Dragoni plant isn't there, the place is still worth a visit. Unfortunately, the shrine isn't exactly uninhabited. Aside from the random monsters, a man named Drake has set up a lot of traps to keep people out. When Dart and his group make it past the traps, Drake decides to deal with them himself to stop them from stealing the treasure that's hidden there. Up against regular people, he might have had a chance, but fighting 3 dragoons doesn't end well for him. When he goes down, the spirit of a woman named Shirley, who Drake was really trying to protect, shows up, and she wants to know why dragoons are bothering her. The ghost actually recognizes Rose, and she seems shocked to see that the woman's still alive. She understands why and how after a minute, but she doesn't explain it to the rest of the group. Dart doesn't take time to try to figure it out anyway. He just wants Shirley to give him some of the Dragoni plant. Shirley didn't even realize that the dragons were still alive, but unfortunately she doesn't have the plant that can cure their poison. She does know of another way that Shauna can be healed though, and it's with the white silver dragoon spirit that she just so happens to have. After asking the group a few questions about their goals and motives, Shirley deems them worthy enough to take the Dragoon spirit, and she shows them how to use it to heal. By using its power with one of the other spirits, the healing can be drawn out of it, and Dart tests it by healing Shirley's guardian. Having passed on the Dragoon spirit to someone worthy, Shirley fades away, and Dart and the others rush back to Lohan to heal Shauna. Dart sets the spirit down next to Shauna and gets ready to use it, but before he can activate it, the thing powers up on its own and heals Shauna, something that only happens because Shauna, as a surprise to no one, is also a Dragoon. And that's where we're going to stop for today. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and ding that notification bell. And I'll see you all next time.